You know the place, even if you've never been there.
Let's just say I don't get out much.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 fictional cities in video games.
Empire Bay's home for that hot new rock and roll sound.
As usual, just to make sure we have room for everyone, we've limited our picks to one city per franchise.
Stick to the f***ing plan.
Be also aware that a few spoilers might roam the streets of these beautiful and majestic metropolises.
Our prophet fills our lungs with water, so they may better love the air.
Number 10, Midgar, Final Fantasy VII. The capital city of the planet Gaia, and also a giant power plant for the Shinra Electric Power Company, Midgar is comprised of 8 giant plates or sectors suspended above the ground to house its inhabitants in wealth and middle-class lifestyle. And below these sections lies a large slum deprived of sunlight. As magnificent as the architecture is, the city has an appalling environmental record, as its giant reactors constantly drain the planet's energy, or life stream, to generate electricity. Number 9, City 17, Half-Life 2.
You have chosen, or been chosen, to relocate to one of our finest remaining urban centers.
At first sight, this might seem like a normal, if dilapidated, European city. That is, until you realize that the city is occupied by an alien force keeping the humans inside from their freedom and even their emotions. But if you don't care too much for those, you can appreciate the local architecture and the giant alien tower known as the Citadel that stands over the city.
First the building, then the whole block. They have no reason to come to our place. Don't worry, they'll find one.
Fans constantly speculate on whether City 17 is actually based on a real-life city, with strong contenders for cities in either Bulgaria, Latvia, or Serbia.
Oh, I thought you were a cop.
He's one of us.
Number 8, Jacinto City, Gears of War series. Having been built on a base of hard granite, this city was one of the few to have survived the initial massive attack by the Locust Horde. It then became a symbol of resistance for the human race, which caused its streets to rapidly be filled with refugees.
I don't want people seeing me with you, all right? It's not good for business, man.
It later became a literal synonym of survival, being the only place that would not be nuked during the Hammer of Dawn counterattack. Of course, being humanity's last city, it constantly comes under attack from the Locust Horde. But ultimately, it's the humans that seal its fate.
One can only hope that one leaves behind a lasting legacy. But so often, the legacies that we leave behind are not the ones that we intended.
Number 7, Dunwall, Dishonored. The capital of Bristol and the seat of the imperial government of the Isles, this city was built on oil money. Whale oil money, that is. The architecture is quite superb, depending on which part of the city you live in, which naturally depends on your monetary situation.
They're sick people, not criminals.
Should you be rich enough to live in the higher quarters, good for you. You only have to worry about political conspiracies and the occasional assassin slipping in through your windows. If you don't, well, you may have to deal with disease, gang activity, and swarms of ravenous rats. Number 6, Vivec, The Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind. While we loved the Imperial City from Oblivion and pretty much everything else in Skyrim, it's all about Vivec here. This city took its name from the god who saved it from a small falling moon and then proceeded to use said moon as a jail for the city.
I really can't help you, stranger.
Although comprised of massive structures, it's built on the water, with bridges connecting the larger sections or cantons. As always, expect different living quarters depending on your financial situation. The rich live above, the poor live below, with the rats, and the occasional skeleton. Also, that god who saved the city, he lives there too, along with his fancily dressed royal guards, the Ordinators.
If you're here for trouble, you'll get more than you bargained for.
Number 5, Silent Hill, the Silent Hill series. Inspired by the real-life abandoned town of Centralia, Pennsylvania, and located in a region called the Place of the Silenced Spirit by the Native Americans, Silent Hill is a mysterious and fog-ridden town.
Sure is quiet here, huh?
I guess.
Although it appears as a quiet place at first, it hides many dark secrets, such as a cult and paranormal activities. as well as a little bit of drug trafficking. Some say that the town itself has a will of its own and calls to those with troubled hearts. Those visitors, however, never know when they will leave, if they ever leave at all. Number 4. The Citadel Mass Effect series. A massive space station housing many different races and cultures, as well as the home of the Galactic Council, this megalopolis is a sight to behold.
They probably just want to keep everything running. It has to be hard keeping all these cultures working together.
Formed by a central ring called the Presidium and extending through arms called wards, it can also close itself in case of attacks, and has its own security service called CSEC, made up of agents of all races.
You know what Quarrens are like, and she's definitely a vagrant.
But beneath its majesty lies a dark secret, as the station was originally intended to be used as a giant mass relay for the Reapers, though we never got to see that feature in action. Maybe in the next game. Number 3. Raccoon City, Resident Evil series. This city has everything you would expect, except raccoons. Plenty of job opportunities, tranquility, and a university.
A city controlled by Umbrella.
The only problem is most of the jobs are with Umbrella Corporation. You know, the pharmaceutical company with a serious tendency to create bioengineered viruses that turn its victims into all sorts of monsters.
Our research was a failure.
You might be desperate for a job, but offering to become a test subject with this company will probably not end well for you, or other living people in the city. Number 2. Los Santos, Grand Theft Auto series.
A legendary party hangout for actors and rock stars and people trying to have sex with actors and rock stars.
Honestly, any of the GTA cities could have taken this spot, but it's the home of GTA San Andreas and GTA 5 that takes the honors.
The end of the road. With a big house and a useless kid, and I'm stuck talking to you because no one else gives a shit. Oh, I'm living a dream, baby.
Palm trees lining the road, colorful buildings, the name of a district in giant white letters, it was obviously modeled after Los Angeles.
They say that on any given day there are at least 2 dead party girls in the trash cans round back. Isn't that great?
Now, should you find yourself there, we recommend avoiding South Los Santos for your own security, especially if you have a nice or expensive looking car. Not that staying in the other districts will totally prevent it from being stolen by a passing criminal, but it lowers the chances. Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Rapture, Bioshock series. It was either this or Columbia for the top spot, but the giant underwater metropolis spawned from the mind of Andrew Ryan beat out its flying counterpart.
I chose Rapture.
A place where one was meant to live without fear of judgment from politics, religion, or society, it was unfortunately not immune to turmoil and underwent a massive social upheaval. The city is still a wonder to look at, however, what with the buildings being linked by glass tunnels and bathyspheres. Sadly, what made this wondrous place so great was also its downfall, as genetic research turned most of its inhabitants into twisted degenerates or monsters.
There we go! My God!
Do you agree with our list?
No? Wow, tough crowd.
Which wondrous city or nightmarish town would you want to visit? For more top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.